All right, good morning everyone. Thank you so much for being here in a timely fashion, and of course thank you for not just being here, present here physically, but very, very importantly, as I was standing and waiting in the sidelines and observing the conversations and the buzz in this iconic venue, I was only wondering, how am I going to step onto the stage and interrupt these amazing conversations? But I can assure you that I'm not interrupting them. I'm simply redirecting them towards the stage and towards what's going to be a listing ceremony that all of us, of course, are very excited about, but it's also going to be memorable. You know, as someone who talks on this stage very often, I must say that one of the key ingredients of a successful listing ceremony, besides everything that happens here, agenda minute to minute, is your energy, your enthusiasm, and your round of applause every time it is required. Yes. Thank you very much. This day has been in the waiting, and here we are. My name is Zenia Fernandez, and what a pleasure it is to be standing here in front of this august gathering and welcoming all of you to the listing ceremony of Tata Motors Commercial Vehicles business at the Bombay Stock Exchange. It's a beautiful day out there and in here. We have a very power-packed agenda, and we're so looking forward to it. But before we kick off with that, I'd like to request all of you to kindly rise for the national anthem.
Jana Mana Adhinayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchchala Jaladhi Taranga Tava Shubha Name Jage Tava Shubha Ashish Mange Gahe Tava Jaya Gatha Jana Gana Mangala Dayak Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Jaya He Jaya He Jaya He Jaya 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 He.
Thank you everyone. Please take your seat. It's an exciting time as all of us gather here. Before we fast forward into what's going to be a perfect listing ceremony, let's just hit the pause button and let's rewind a little bit. It's been over 8 decades that Tata Motors Commercial Vehicles has been the driving force behind India's mobility revolution. Since we started our journey back in 1945, we have consistently not only delivered, but we've redefined how goods move, how people travel, and how businesses thrive. If you ask me, we have been successfully powering progress in every single corner of the nation. This legacy that we so proudly represent today has been built on 3 key pillars. I'm talking about innovation, reliability, and trust, of course. And through this, Tata Motors Commercial Vehicles has consistently introduced advanced technology. From efficient powertrains to connected solutions to very intelligent fleet management systems. And of course, the list goes on and on. Now, with vehicles and mobility solutions forming the backbone of industries, of the infrastructure, of mass mobility and transportation, Tata Motors Commercial Vehicles function every single day. With a presence in over 40 countries, right from India to South Korea to Africa, the Middle East, Latin America, Southeast Asia, and even the SAARC nations, we at Tata Motors stand tall continuingly as global leaders in mobility. We're guided by this unwavering commitment to making mobility three things, namely safer, smarter, and of course greener. And while we do that, we continue to ensure that we empower communities, and not just that, but we also catalyze economic growth in every single geography that we operate in. Now today, my dear friends, as Tata Motors Limited lists on the Indian stock exchanges, I think it will be safe to say that we're celebrating more than just a financial milestone, because this moment is a powerful reminder. It is a testament to this enduring legacy, to our bold vision and our unwavering commitment to excellence. And I think that deserves a round of applause, don't you think so? So today, with this listing ceremony, Tata Motors steps onto a larger stage. This is the first step to unlock possibilities, new ones of course, for growth, for innovation, most importantly, for value creation, reaffirming our roles as global driving progress. So ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to kick off with this listing ceremony. And we'll do it exactly how we do it in our country, by lighting the very ceremonial and auspicious lamp. And as our dignitaries step forward and perform this beautiful tradition that's rooted so deeply in history and in what we believe, I'm going to invite each and every one of you, wherever you are seated, to take the next couple of seconds and invoke whichever the higher power you believe in, that with the lighting of this auspicious ceremonial lamp, we may kickstart another era of progress. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished guests forward for the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. Mr. N. Chandrasekharan, Chairman Tata Motors Limited. Mr. Girish Wagh, Managing Director and CEO Tata Motors Limited. Mr. Shubhashish Chaudhary, Chairman BSE Limited. Mr. Sundararaman Ramamurthy, Managing Director and CEO BSE Limited. We're also joined by Mr. P.B. Balaji, Director Tata Motors Limited. And Mr. G.V. Ramanan, CFO, Tata Motors Limited. Let's welcome all of our dignitaries with a very warm round of applause. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us here.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते.
Requesting all of our dignitaries to please come together for a photo opportunity.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम्.
And ladies and gentlemen, we've witnessed the official opening of the listing ceremony. Let's welcome this moment with a warm round of applause, a smile on our faces, and a prayer in our heart for this wonderful institution and business that all of us represent. Thank you so much to all of our dignitaries for doing the honors. Thank you very much. A beautiful symbolic tradition. We've just invoked a bright and a very prosperous beginning for Tata Motors Limited. With that, it is my absolute honor, my dear friends, to welcome on stage a leader whose vision has shaped the course of Tata Group, and it continues, in fact, to define its future. With a commitment to excellence, a very deep-rooted sense of purpose, and this rare ability to see beyond the horizon, he is someone who inspires all of us to think wisely and to act boldly. Please join me in welcoming our very first speaker on the stage, Chairman Tata Motors Limited, Mr. N. Chandrasekharan.
Good morning to all of you. Chairman BSE, CEO of BSE, thank you for hosting us on this important occasion. My colleagues at Tata Motors, the board members of Tata Motors Commercial Vehicles Company, dealer partners, banking partners, members of the media, friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is truly a momentous occasion, a very important milestone, if I may say so, a defining moment. In Tata Motors, the combined Tata Motors journey, if I may say so, also in the automotive industry in India. For Tata Group, it's a very important milestone also. See, this has been an iconic company for a very long time. It has done 80 decades. And Tata Motors was always considered to be among the top companies of the group. Rather, whenever people will talk about the companies in the Tata Group, they will always say Tata Steel, Tata Motors. So they were always said in one breath. So it's been an iconic company. And to do any structural changes to that iconic company is always difficult. For two reasons, rather many reasons. First, the people in the company very passionately believe this is one good solid company and we should not touch it. Second, there is also a group-wide perspective that it's one an iconic company. Third, there are billion people who love Tata Group and have billion views. And there are analysts, there are media people. So it's always very difficult to make changes to a company which has been there for a very long time and considered to be an icon. But it was clear to me 8-9 years ago that this company has to have a different path. We have had ups and downs. It has had its heydays. It also has had its problems. And we had to go through a major transformation journey, which we did. The number of corporate actions and restructuring that we have done in Tata Motors, with all humility I will say, is very difficult to find elsewhere. Before splitting the company had to be made ready. The fact of the matter is Tata Motors Commercial Vehicles was always profitable and Tata Motor Passenger Cars was not so. There was always a support for Tata Motors Passenger Cars from the performance of Tata Motors Commercial Vehicles. That was the reality. Cash flows were coming from commercial vehicles and were subsumed in the capital expenditure of Tata Motors Passenger Vehicles. So we had to make sure that both companies were fit, and we said directionally both have to become very strong. Then we will increase the speed. That's the journey we set on in 2017-18. And from then on, I don't want to describe, it's a talk or an article or a story to be written another day. Suffice to say today that the restructuring that was done, whether it is ADR delisting or DVR or creating functions which some would call it as duplicate. I would call it as efficient for both companies which are relevant, separating the engineering, because both companies have different technology. And both companies have different business model. They have different platforms. They have different customer segments. They have different dealer partners. They have different investors. And they have the right to pursue different ambitions. So that's the journey we were on. And halfway through the journey, we hit COVID. So we had to slow pedal a bit, then picked up momentum post-COVID. And now we have come to this day where we will have two strong independent companies, Tata Motors passenger cars, with Shailesh heading it, and Tata Motors commercial vehicles, Girish heading it. And all this has required enormous amount of work and heavy lifting by the teams. I can't be more proud of the Tata Motors team. And this required a lot of help from vendors, bankers, advisors. They've all stayed with us in this journey, though we didn't give the end picture until we announced the demerger, but they worked with us on everything we wanted them to work on. So I'm grateful to all of them. And I believe Tata Motors Commercial Vehicles has always innovated. They've been the backbone of Indian economy, and they will be more so going forward. They have a fantastic business in heavy commercial vehicles and light commercial vehicles, and in fact they introduced the small commercial vehicles with ACE, but they've got work to do more. And now we are working on electrification, hydrogen trucks, new energy buses, and many more new technologies. And as you know, these two companies will have different markets. We made the company debt-free, which has enabled them to be very bold, and hopefully we should close the Iveco transaction in the next few months. Then Tata Motors commercial vehicles will be on its journey, and their metrics are very different from the passenger cars. They will have fantastic balance sheet ratios, return ratios on capital deployed, and that journey will give them enormous ability to invest and make the transformation that is required for the new sustainable mobility. And I am extremely happy that we have arrived on this journey. I also want to acknowledge the senior leaders of Tata Motors who knew a lot more about commercial vehicles before, and even today they know a lot more about commercial vehicles than me. People like Ravi Pishrodi, they're all here. I also want to thank you for all you have done to contribute to Tata Motors in all these years. Thank you all, and I want to assure all investors, I will have an opportunity to talk at the AGM, but I want to assure all investors, both the companies have a very exciting future, and we will be behind them to support them, challenge them, and push them to create benchmark companies. Thank you all very much.
Mr. Chandrasekharan, sir, on behalf of each and every person in the room, firstly, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. And thank you for sharing with us your inspiring vision and perspective. I must say that your address completely reaffirms both the values and the purpose that guide Tata Group and Tata Motors together as we enter this very brand new exciting chapter. Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for me to welcome on stage a leader who is committed to strengthening India's capital markets and enabling companies to thrive. To share his thoughts with us on this very momentous occasion, please join me in welcoming on stage with a very warm round of applause Managing Director and CEO, BSE Limited, Mr. Sundararaman Ramamurthy.
नमस्कार और सुप्रभात. I consider it as a matter of great pride and privilege for me to be standing here, the iconic building of BSE, in this special room which is in itself iconic, and on a very iconic occasion for a great company which has been in existence for 8 decades. Chairman Tata Motors was mentioning that people when they talk of Tata Motors and Tata Steel. In fact, I go a bit behind. When we were younger, the moment you talk of listed companies, we used to talk about Tisco and Telco. These were the two names immediately will come into your mind. Founded somewhere in 1940s and then listed somewhere in 1980s and continuing to be in Sensex almost the entire journey of this 40 years of Sensex is a great thing for this company, and we are very happy that we are having the chairman of Tata Motors and all the board members and senior delegates of this company here in this great occasion. In Sanskrit we say, Puranam ityeva na sadhu manyam. All old is not necessarily gold. If something is in existence, let it continue to exist is typically what the thought process for most of us. To go against the tide and then change and create value by something new and innovative is not a very easy task. I am sure in bringing this change and innovation and making 2 companies out of 1 company, it would have been a great effort and with lot of obstacles coming in the way. And in Sanskrit we say, na nishchitartat viramanti dhiraha. If you are courageous and if you are hell bent upon achieving something for the nation, you don't stop anywhere unless and until you reach the goal. Clearly, that is what is evident and coming out from this group, which has contributed not only to its shareholders, but also to the welfare of the nation in multiple ways, in multiple areas. Think of all the contributions in terms of philanthropy, in terms of employment, in terms of income, in terms of contribution to the exchequer. Mind-boggling, and therefore ultimately to the GDP of this country and to the goal of Viksit Bharat. Sincerely, I congratulate on behalf of myself and on behalf of BSE, the Tata Group and Tata Motors Group and the entire board of directors and all the people assembled here. A great listing journey further ahead, and I am sure in the years to come, like we all still remember Tisco and Telco, we will be talking a lot about Tata Motors for not decades, for centuries to come. Wishing all the best and thanking once again for this opportunity. Namaskar, Dhanyavad.
Mr. Ramamurthy, thank you, sir. I would, on behalf of everyone in the room, call that a very encouraging address. Thank you for this incredible partnership and for your wishes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to talk to us more about his vision for the company and its business, please join me in welcoming on stage Managing Director and CEO of Tata Motors Limited, Mr. Girish Wagh.
Mr. N. Chandrasekharan, Chairman, Tata Sons and Tata Motors, Professor Subhashish Chaudhary, Chairman BSE, Mr. Sundaraman Ramamurthy, MD and CEO of BSE, past and present CEOs and members of the boards of Tata Group companies, esteemed dealers and supplier partners, friends from the media, colleagues from Tata Motors and Tata Group companies, good morning. Today, as Tata Motors commercial vehicle business becomes a separate listed entity, we mark a significant milestone in our transformation journey. One that reflects our commitment to sharper governance, deeper accountability, relentless execution, and enduring value creation in the spirit of the Tata Group's values. As shared by our chairman, whose clarity, conviction, and deep sense of purpose continue to guide and inspire us at the company, it is a moment of renewal, of sharper focus, and of bold ambition that will reshape the future of mobility. His words serve as a powerful reminder of the legacy we uphold and the responsibility we carry. Tata Motors commercial vehicle business has long powered India's industrial progress and is now poised to lead global logistics and sustainable mobility. As we step into a new chapter, we are ready to unlock our full potential to advance the vision of Atmanirbhar and Viksit Bharat by making logistics in our country more efficient. Our new brand promise, Better Always, reflects our renewed focus on agility, innovation, and customer centricity. Tata Motors commercial vehicles business is being listed with approximately 7 million shareholders, the same extensive retail shareholder base as pre-demerger. It is therefore likely setting a record in India, and this scale underscores our responsibility to uphold strong shareholder management and governance from day one. Our India business continues to lead with sharp focus on customer value, product innovation, and service excellence. Internationally, we are scaling with deeper partnerships and expanding footprints across Africa, Middle East, and Asia. Our downstream businesses that include parts and services, smart mobility, and digital are gaining traction and creating recurring revenue streams. Over the last few years, we have driven structural shifts within the business, which have yielded results in the form of strong margin growth, robust cash flows, and high return on capital employed, while pivoting decisively towards digital and sustainability. Here on, we will accelerate our efforts to build a company that is financially fit, delivering profitable growth, build a company that is leveraging digital and technology to enhance customer value, ecosystem integration, and operational efficiency, while accelerating decarbonization and circularity as a part of our sustainability transition. And finally, also build a company that is strategically focused with a clear roadmap across India, international and downstream businesses. And we are also thinking global. The proposed acquisition of Iveco, subject to regulatory approvals, is a bold step that positions us amongst the top 4 global players in the above 6-ton segment. It brings scale, synergy, and access to new age technology. It signals our intent to lead, not just in India, but on the world stage. This journey is built on the trust of our shareholders, the dedication of our employees, and the partnership of our suppliers and partners. To our shareholders, your faith empowers us. To our customers, thank you for your continued patronage. To our partners, thank you for choosing Tata Motors. To our Tata Group colleagues, thank you for your unwavering support. And to my Tata Motors team, my deepest gratitude and appreciation. Today, as we take this bold step, we reaffirm our commitment to reshaping the future of mobility, making it safer, smarter, and greener. I look forward to your continued support and best wishes. Thank you.
Mr. Wagh, thank you so much for that refreshing address. I must say that your vision for innovation and for sustainable mobility truly inspires confidence in all of us here in the room and every single person watching us there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my eyes are on that digital clock. As you can see, we're inching towards the official listing ceremony. It is time for us to begin with the exchange of mementos between BSE and Tata Motors Limited as a token, a symbol of gratitude and of this incredible partnership that we share. I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Subhashish Chaudhary, Chairman BSE Limited, and Mr. Sundararaman Ramamurthy, Managing Director and CEO BSE Limited. Gentlemen, requesting you to kindly join us on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our dignitaries with a very warm round of applause. Inviting Mr. N. Chandrasekharan, Chairman Tata Sons, to please join us on the stage to receive a token of gratitude on behalf of BSE Limited. Welcome, sir. Welcome again. Ladies and gentlemen, what you see is the iconic banyan tree, the power of vibrance being presented to Mr. Chandrasekharan. Thank you so much, Mr. Chandrasekharan, for receiving that. Thank you very much, sir. And now I'd like to invite on stage Mr. Girish Wagh, Managing Director and CEO Tata Motors Limited. So requesting you to please join us on stage. Mr. Ramamurthy, I'm going to invite you to present. Ladies and gentlemen, what you see is the replica of the iconic BSE gong. These are moments that will make their way into the history of Tata Motors Limited and of BSE. Mr. Wagh, please stay with me on stage. Gentlemen, please stay with us on stage. I'd now invite Mr. Wagh to kindly present a token of appreciation on behalf of Tata Motors Limited in the form of floral bouquets to Mr. Ramamurthy and to Mr. Chaudhary. Thunderous round of applause. Don't you think so, ladies and gentlemen? All right, I'm going to request you, your dignitaries, to please remain here on stage because as you can see, it is nearly 9:58 a.m. on the clock. At 10 a.m., we will be striking this gong. I'd like to invite on stage Mr. N. Chandrasekharan to please join us and Mr. P.B. Balaji, Group CFO, Tata Motors. I'd like to invite on stage Mr. G.V. Ramanan, CFO, Tata Motors Limited, Mr. Sudipto Das, Company Secretary, Tata Motors Limited, all right, ladies and gentlemen, and my dear friends, I love the look on your faces right now from this side of the stage. I can see some of you excited, a lot of you are anxious. You know, usually as a host, I say, sit back, relax, enjoy the show. But this is not that moment. This is the moment for me to say, please come to the edge of your seats. And while you have your cameras in your hand, I'm going to invite all of you to count down the final 10 seconds together because this is a moment that all of us share, right? We all play a very important role in the making of this moment. Gentlemen, my dear dignitaries on stage, I'm very certain that you are all set to create history, and so are we. So everyone, with me, final 10 seconds all together. Here we go. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Tata Motors Limited is now listed on the stock exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to invite you for one more thunderous round of applause. Yes, you can make some noise. Thank you. Let's fill this iconic dome with the sound of this round of applause, marking the beginning of a brand new chapter at Tata Motors Limited. Thank you to all of our dignitaries for doing the honors. Thank you so much. And before all of us go on with the rest of our day, one more final thunderous round of applause, everybody. Come on, make some noise. We are so grateful to our hosts, BSE, the book running lead managers to the issue, our members of the board, our family, our friends, our well-wishers, all of our stakeholders, all of our viewers. Thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us as we celebrate this milestone. Thank you once again, everyone. What an incredible morning. Have a great day ahead. The stage is now ready for your photo opportunities. We also have a photo opportunity towards my right-hand side back there. Refreshments have been served. Please join us and enjoy the rest of the day, and many congratulations to us all once again. Thank you.